Spiritual gumbo, proper sacrifice. Now, before we get carried away into this one, we have to go back. We have to just speak on what were sacrifices that are acceptable. And you have cattle, you have oxen, you have sheep. You even have certain types of birds, being pigeons and doves. And there's also a flower sacrifice, one of frankincense and then one without. Having said that, the scripture, when it was originally written, well, the laws, when they were originally written, were put on stone for the people, for Moses to carry down and for him to recite to the people. Having said that, I believe that there were pages of stone. Just because it's a table doesn't mean that there couldn't have been. It says within and without, so it means on the front and the back, and it means that unless he put all these things on two giant slabs, and obviously the animals carry him up, right? There's an understanding that, I mean, even if it was page-like, it could still be rocks, you know. However, and that's not me demeaning or trying to change the story. That's just for any person who wants to try to diminish that Moses didn't have two tables. And I just told you, he could have had two very large pieces of rock that animals had to carry. We give real life examples and understanding to what we say. I don't just say things and expect you to just take it because I sound like I'm angry or I sound like I've had enough. Having said that, we go forth. Verse 1 of chapter 3. And we read 2 chapters today. And if his gift, and this is going right back now to what is righteous sacrifice, and if his gift to the Lord be a peace offering, if he should bring it of the oxen, whether it be male or whether it be female, he shall bring it unblemished before the Lord. So, understand there's sin offerings, right on. Okay, there's burnt offerings, and obviously this man has a peace offering, right? He's just bringing it, right? Okay, it's still going to be a burnt sacrifice, but this is a different one. Like he just brought it here for a sign of peace. Like I just want what is still here to continue. Can you dig? These are righteous people. Of course, there's going to be wicked people who try to do these things, but the righteous people are doing these things too. And if his gift to the Lord be a peaceable offering, be a peace offering, if he should bring it of the oxen, whether it be male or whether it be female, he shall bring it unblemished, right? Meaning it has no issues, before the Lord. And he shall lay his hands on the head of the gift, and shall slay it before the Lord by the doors of the tabernacle of witness. Once again, this is by the doors. And the priest of the sons of Aaron shall pour the blood on the altar of the burnt offerings round about. So this is where they're actually going to cook it, right? And they shall bring of the peace offering a burnt sacrifice to the Lord. Listen, this is what the Most High requires now. The fat covering the belly, and all the fat of the belly, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, he shall take, that is, which on the thighs, right? And the caul of the liver, which is like the pretty much it's like the fat that covers like all your innards, that holds everything together. Together with the kidneys. And the priest, the sons of Aaron, shall offer them on the offer of burnt offering, on the wood which is on the fire upon the altar. It is a burnt offering. This is what it is, right? A smell of sweet savor to the Lord, but this is talking about the fat. And if his gift be of the sheep, now I want y'all to listen. As the animals get smaller and become lesser, you're listening to the level of riches and money that the people would obviously don't own no oxen, but a rich person does. Just throwing that out there. Going forward. Verse 6, and if the gift be of the sheep a peace offering to the Lord, male or female, he shall bring it unblemished. Once again, has no issues. And if he bring a lamb for his gift, he shall bring it before the Lord. And he shall lay his hands on the head of his offering, and shall slay it by the doors of the tabernacle of witness. And the priest, the sons of Aaron, shall pour out the blood on the altar round about. They're going to pour around the altar, right? And he shall bring of the peace offering a burnt sacrifice to the Lord. Once again, this is the Lord's portion. Hear me. The fat and the hinder part unblemished he shall take away with the loins. And having, so this is all like the back part of the animal, right? You know what I'm talking about? That has all the fat parts on it. Unblemished. So again, you can't bring a messed up. He doesn't. So if it looks like it's rotten or something messed up, cut that out. Right on. You get rid of that. But this is why you bring an unblemished animal in the first place, so that way there's less of that you have to do. Word? You understand what I'm saying? An unblemished animal is not supposed to have sores or anything like that. So if the animal looks perfect and then you go underneath the surface of it and it might be a little beat up, okay, we can get rid of that on our own. But we don't need to have to fix what we already know is going to be messed up just by looking at it, because what you're bringing to us is subpar. But we're going to go forward. No, let me just keep it here for a second. This is why cooking is so important. That's why cleaning the meat is so important. This is why the way you prepare your food is so important. I can't stress this enough. Sacrifice is cooking. He taught the people how to cook. And I want you to understand, when we get to the end of the chapter here, it's going to say that this is for forever, no matter where you live, going forward. Oh, yeah. And he shall bring the peace offering, a burnt sacrifice to the Lord. The fat and the hinder part, this is verse 9. The fat, the hinder part, or hinder part, unblemished, he shall take away with the loins. And having taken away all the fat that covers the belly, and all the fat that is on the belly, and both the kidneys and the fat that is upon them, and that which is on the thighs, and the caul which is on the liver with the kidneys, the priest shall offer these on the altar. It is a sacrifice of sweet savor, a burnt offering to the Lord. Now let me ask everybody a question. Have you ever cooked your food and smelt the fat just cooked and how good it smells? You're like, man, it smells pretty good. That's what that is. That's the sweet smelling savor. Let's go ahead and keep it pushing. Verse 12. Now we're going to step down again. This went from being a sheep to a goat. And if his offering be of the goats, clearly he's like broke. You know what I mean? He's not broke, but you know what I mean? He's lowly. He don't got no oxen. He ain't got a sheep. You bringing us a goat? Okay. I'm not disrespecting, but it's just, I really understand. Verse 12. And if his offerings be of the goats, then he shall bring it before the Lord. And he shall lay his hands on his head, and they shall slay it before the Lord by the doors of the tabernacle of witness. And the priest, excuse me, I'll tell you why I laughed in a second. And the priest, the sons of Aaron, shall pour out the blood on the altar round about. And he shall offer it as a burnt offering to the Lord, even the fat that covers the belly, and all the fat that is on the belly, and both the kidneys, and all the fat that is upon them, that which is upon the thighs, and the caul of the liver, with the kidneys, shall he take away. And the priest shall offer it upon the altar. It is a burnt offering, a smell of sweet savor to the Lord. All the fat belongs to the Lord. Verse 17. It is a perpetual statute throughout your generations and all your habitations. Ye shall eat no fat and no blood. Wow. Understand me. I'm going to just come at several necks right now. You know how many people who love to eat fat and blood on this planet? Who don't look nothing like you? And people think they wrote this book? Check this out though. Even greater than that. Did y'all ever realize the part where in the scripture where Isaac wanted Esau to go get him some venison? You know why? Because venison doesn't taste like goat even when it's fully grown. It doesn't taste the same. Like there's levels of gamey taste, right on? And Isaac is like, man, I don't want no gamey goat. You know what I mean? You feel me? He didn't want all that. No. Go get me some venison. And so when his wife Rebecca is able to make the kid, the little baby goat, taste like some venison, I'm like, oh, her cooking skills are swole. But I don't even go there to extol all that, you know. As people like to say, bloviate. I like that word. It's a funny word. But anyway, I don't do any of that. But it is worth mentioning that the taste of the meat of everything that's mentioned does taste different, and they're all in different classes. Come on now. Did you hear? No blood and no fat, but people like to eat their stuff what? Bloody. Come on. And he only says this so that way people don't get sick and die and have heart disease and all that stuff. See, nobody understands. It's deep, isn't it? But for some odd reason, you need a scientist to tell you that. You need a scientist to tell you that. That's amazing. It's my father. I have to call her back in a moment. Matter of fact, I'll just get back in a second, y'all. Spiritual Gumbo. Out.